reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking, in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
Taking risk and going big. Is that what it's all about? Is it? Yeah. No risk, no reward. High risk, no reward. High risk, low reward. High risk, high reward. No risk, no reward. You got to take risk. I got to take risk. Whoa, hold on. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm for damn sure not a professional. It's cryptocurrency. You got to do that. You got to do your own research. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you could lose it all. Now that we got that out of the way, don't forget, smash the like button. Yes, Crypto Jack's on it. Smash the like button. So if you're on YouTube, you subscribe. You smash the like button. If you're on X, you follow. There's a heart. There's a like button there too. If you're on Kick, we're streaming on Kick. Links in the description to Kick. If you want to watch me live on Kick, you want to kick it on Kick, we can kick it on Kick. All right? We can kick it on Kick. I'll put it in the chat too. It's actually in the description of the YouTube video as well. We're going to be streaming there. All right? We're going to be streaming. What is this? Oh, stamps. All right. So breaking news. Get the text message from the wife. What's good? So yeah, if you want to join me, follow me on Kick there. I like that platform. I like it. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna build. All right, like build a bear. But we're gonna build during the bear and build during the bull. We're gonna build at all times. Okay. Thank you for being here, guys. Welcome. Crypto markets tanking and Pulsechain follows. Right. Hey, let's take a look. Let's take a look. You wake up and you're like, Bitcoin's 107,000. I mean, these are hard pills to swallow for people, because you look at yesterday. You look at yesterday. It's $110,000 Bitcoin, right? And then you go, we're on our way to our next bull market. We're going to 120,000. We're going to 150,000. Bitcoin's going to $1 million. You go on Twitter and you're just getting. Everybody's an expert, and we're like, they're doing all these charts like alt season. This is where we're at. And I'm always just kind of just shaking my head there, like, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be that guy, but I mean, these markets have funky ways of attracting new money. They call them bear traps. It's a bare necessity. Remember that song? The Jungle Book. What's up, man? So you work for the feds now? Laugh out loud. Yeah, I'm working for the feds. I bought Fed token. We'll get into that on Pulsechain. So Fed, yeah. Oh, snaps. I'm looking at the price of Fed. We'll get into that in a minute. Some of you. I got a lot of messages from you guys yesterday. We'll get into Pulsechain. We're going to talk about Bitcoin in the market. But I got a lot of messages from you guys yesterday. You're like 3 people reached out and they're like, dude, you saved me. And I was like, how did I save you? Because I feel like everyone's wrecked right now. They're like, I got out of the OG tokens yesterday and then it dipped and then I bought the dip. So I'm like, oh, you're back in and you're up. And then I was like, cool. And I know one of you was just like, bro, like send me your address. So don't okay. I've had people ask me like, can I send you a tip? And I always tell them like, nah, bro, like I don't want your money. So if you're going to do something like that, don't ask me. Just anonymously do it and never tell me. I have a donation address in the description of YouTube. Just don't ever tell me. Just don't ever tell me. I don't want your money like that, right? So because you click the buttons, man. Like, it ain't me, it's you. You do your own research, not a financial advisor. So that's always there, but I'll always tell you no in the DM. So just don't ask, because I'm going to say, no, I don't want it, And some of you insist, but don't want it. Now, $107,383,000 Bitcoin. What's going on in the stock market? Let's go to Yahoo. We hate the mainstream media news. We can't stand it, but I mean, people believe the stuff that's going on here. Believe it or not, people believe every word, every bit of news that comes out. And I feel like, I don't know, they're just pulling the strings, right? They're pulling the strings. They're making it happen. They're making shit happen. They wanted to go up, they got bullish news. They wanted to go down, they got bullish news. But I think the thing that's kind of shaking a little bit, not a lot of it actually, is NVIDIA has been shocking Wall Street for 2 years. Can it continue? So NVIDIA has been going up and to the right, is what you're saying? And now it might have a correction. Let's take a look at NVIDIA, right? And anytime that this happens, right, let's take a look at the 1 year. Anytime this takes place where like a stock doesn't perform well, especially the tech stocks, they lead the path into like a good or bad day, month, whatever you want to call it, right? So NVIDIA has been doing, looks like pretty well for just the past year. I always like to look at the long-term charts, like boom, like, yeah, look at this. 2023 to 20, look at the streak it's been on, right? So when they refer to like the news of today, you got to think about the path it's been on. Like NVIDIA's been ripping it, right? A lot of things have to do with like the video cards. This got some chip stuff going on. Everybody's getting into AI. But if you're an investor that got in 2023 and you bought like $17 below $20, you've been riding this wave, right? And at some point you reach the top and there's a correction. And in the stock markets, when you see articles like that, they're kind of hinting like NVIDIA is probably going to go down, and the S&P 500 or Dow 30 and everything else is going to go down. And they have all these news articles. It's like, holy smokes! Like, okay, you're probably already selling before that article came out. Going to create the fear, buy the dip. I don't know. But I don't believe half this stuff that's going on here. But it's important to focus on it, because it give you hints on what it's going to do to the overall market, which the overall markets globally includes crypto. Stock market goes down, crypto goes down with it. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let me take a look here. Go back to the price of Bitcoin. NVIDIA can report like, whoa, some good news could come out, right? And it goes up and Bitcoin goes back to 110. Again, creating another dip. It's nonstop. Markets are driven by news outlets, right? It's annoying. It really is. Never a day. You got to catch the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news, all that stuff. Ethereum kind of waking up, though. An itty bitty movement here, right? I think we hit up to 2,700. The bulls were back. The bull posts are back. Ethereum's going to all-time high. It just seems to I don't know what's going on with Ethereum right now, man. Like, it's been weird. Like, we've seen Bitcoin go to all-time high twice when it went to 109 plus, and then when it went to 112. And Ethereum was just like, meh, schmeh, and I don't know. I've been giving my theories about it being diluted, right? Fraction, it's sharing the market now with a lot of technology. And a lot of people just don't understand that when I say it. They get really upset. And I was just like, well, what do you expect to happen? There's a lot of new tech. There's a lot of new products. If you're in a store, and for the first 2 years in that store, let's say you have the latest and greatest device for video footage. Let's call it the VCR. We always go back to the VCR. VCR comes out. Sales are booming. Everyone's like, man, do you have a VCR? Some families are like, we can't afford it. A couple years go by. Everyone can afford it because the price goes down. It's because different brands start to make the VCR and they become competitive. You know, every brand that's ever made a VCR, oh, I got this VCR. It's a little bit cheaper. We made it for cheaper. We sell it for cheaper. Then the market becomes competitive within the VCR. Well, think of that competition as far as all the tokens that get developed on the Ethereum network, as far as like meme tokens, Chainlink, everything that has ever been an ERC20 token, right? But then the new tech comes in town, right? The layer 2s, the Binance Smart Chain, the Avalanche, which are like the DVD players. And then freaking Solana comes. That's like I wouldn't call Solana the Blu-ray. I call Solana when smart TVs came out. You don't even need a device. You just download an app, right? You can watch everything on the cloud, everything on Netflix, Amazon, what we see today. So the market has been entirely diluted, and it eventually becomes obsolete, the VCR. The Blu-ray becomes obsolete. Now they're just collectibles, nothing, right? That's what tech does. Bitcoin's not tech driven. So I keep talking about this and explaining to people like that's why the next all-time high in crypto, even though Bitcoin hit $250,000, don't be upset if Ethereum's only like 4 or 5 G's. It wouldn't surprise me. Or maybe just, don't expect more than what you're given. Because right now, ain't giving diddly squat, right? We've seen other tokens fulfill their void of going to all-time highs and taking the share market cap. Jumping into Pulsechain. Pulsechain a little bit. Pulsechain's fallen the market somewhat. We are the leverage on Ethereum, right? So we were above 4 zeros and a 4. We're dropped back down. Pulsechain 4 zeros and a 392 right now, right? PulseX 4 zeros and a 355. Inc. $1.81. Hex 2 zeros and a 78. Heading into June, in the next couple of weeks, I'm calling some heavy volatility, some big drops in the market. Those are my predictions, and the return of the MAC will be in August. So we're just days away from knowing if Thomas G is just completely full of shit, doesn't know what he's talking about, or if I'm onto something, right? Am I catching the trend? Am I feeling it, right? Am I Steph Curry during the playoffs and I can't miss? Because I feel like anytime markets go in a certain direction, I start to Steph Curry that ass. Like I start to Steph Curry that ass. Pulse Jitsu, everyone panic. Okay, don't panic. Yeah, there's no reason to panic, or you just stay collective, right? You give what the market gives you. You can stay stable. You can buy the dips. You can trade. You can do whatever it is, but panicking is not in the cards. Never in the cards. You don't want to panic about anything. You actually want to get confidence, and confidence comes from you got to dig deep, right? It's hard to be confident. Let's go take a look on Pulsechain and take a look at some of the tokens we've been looking at and see how we doing. How we doing from yesterday? Fed token. Look at that. 24-hour period up 16%. Remember going hard back into Maria. We talked about my transition from OG tokens to Maria, and I did buy the OG dips and have been trading it because you got to give what they listen, man. I was talking yesterday how that ecosystem was going to drop, right? Some of you messaged me like, dude, like you were spot on. There's trends. I talked a little bit about it. There's things you can take a look at, but it's like, when you really think about it, it's not rocket science to look at some of the ecosystems that we've been in and go like, okay, the sustainability is like a short-term period, right? So with OG's ecosystem, you kind of notice when something kicks into gear 5+% to 10%, you get it for a day or two, and then it has a big pullback. So the people that compound get the best bang for their buck, right? They break even or they're up, depending on your entry. But Fed token, 3 zeros and a 1.6, extremely bullish on this token here. And they got a full-blown website, too, where you can do some tomfoolery. There's some things you can come on here and do I'm not connected, and I haven't even taken even a moment to participate. I'm just seeing it. I'm gonna research it. I gotta ask somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, because I look at this and I don't know what's going on here. I just know I have to connect my wallet. It's like a built DApp for these tokens, Fed tokens here. I need to research and figure out what's going on there. Right now, I'm keeping it simple, holding the token. So look at Teddy Bear 2. We're talking about transitioning into good old Maria, babe. Good old Maria. How you doing, Maria? Hopefully you're doing well. Last time I seen you on stream, you were losing your mind. Maria lost it. She really did. At one point, she lost it. It was weird. It was weird. We all go through that too. I'm a pretty weird guy. I'm a pretty damn weird dude, to be honest. So she had her moment. Sometimes I wig out, right? Real quick here. Let's take a look. This is like the Pulsechain sentiment right here before we go into other tokens. Minus 30%. On the overall SAC funds, the Pulsechain treasury is down 30%. You guys call it the pit treasury. This is your money, right? Call it the treasury. Richard Hart has to spend every dime of the Pulsechain sacrifice to pump my bags. And you just wait, it's going to happen. That right there, I hope we don't need the Pulsechain SAC funds. I hope users come over, builders come over. More importantly, we need developers. If we have more developers, if we have a new developer coming to the chain every day, they're going to build tokens and ecosystems to be a part of. So really, we need more developers. If you build it, they will come. The users will come. And the thing that could really help too is you can have communities crossing over. So if you got like a top-notch dev from Solana or any other blockchain, and they're like, hey, I'm going to go build something on Pulse. That's a good way to bootstrap other communities, bring them on over, right? That's a really good way to do that. So we need the builders. Let's go. Yeah, dog. What's up? Shout out to you. Oh, okay. That has to happen tonight. The members only on YouTube. We're going to go over the token selection that I've been buying for the past week. I'm going to share it with the crew. It's going to be one of those. It's not a meme token. It's not a printer. It's going to be an investment that I look at as early on. Like when I bought Bitcoin early, after a couple years it paid off. Same thing with ETH. Same thing with Doge. All the good utility tokens and the big tokens. So this right here, I'm going to go over members only tonight setting with this token investment. That's going to be a slow cook. And I'm confident enough to share it with the crew. We're going to go over that. So stay tuned for that tonight. I will post a link for that later on during the day. I roughly want to get that done like 8 o'clock p.m. PST. All right. Let's go back to the charts. Let's go back to Deck Screener. Teddy Bear. We got to do Teddy Bear versus Bear. They call the other one Bear, right? And they'll keep it Bear because it's going to be in a bear market. This thing's dying, bro. This token here, where's the paintbrush? Dead. I'm telling you. Pulsechain will take off, it'll die. Pulsechain doesn't take off, it'll die. Right? It has no business, no reason to go up. We are not on Solana. All right? We are not on Ethereum. Meme tokens don't just pump and survive on Pulsechain unless they got a close relationship, possibly with the founder, like we look at Most Token, related to Richard Hart, speculated he created it. Pump Tires token, which represents the Pump Tires platform, which is a meme coin launchpad. But when you got something that is trying to take on the OG teddy bear that is supported through a web of liquidity, you can't mimic that by launching it on Pump Tires. You can't just launch these tokens and say it's backed by gold and this and that. I called that BS out from the start. Called out Dirty Crypto. That guy's a sleazeball. I told everybody, I trolled him until he blocked me. I've known him for years too. But I was like, bro, F you. I don't care how long I've known you for. And I already forgave you for the pre-sale where literally $350,000 of my money and other friends' money combined was wrecked. So I'm like, how are people out there listening to Dirty Crypto today? Talking about Teddy Bear and Mooney and all that. That son of a bitch, dude, for real, was against Hex the day it came out and was Peter Wise, team Peter Wise, right? Talking so much smack about Richard Hart. Now he's like, oh, I'm the leading influencer on Pulsechain. Like, dude, like people don't know. I've been around so long. I've seen your face, your two-face Teddy Bear. Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. There only can be one Teddy. All right. You've seen it in the real world of Ethereum, right? Shiba Inu comes out. Did anyone launch a Shiba Inu 2.0 that tried to be Shiba Inu version 2? And did it survive? No, they came out with like originals like Floki and all these other ones. But you don't try to come out with the Shiba number 2 or the same token, a competing token. They don't survive on any chain. It's unheard of. So it's absolutely ridiculous for any of these people and influencers to come out here and just beat that down, like in post and tell you this is going to be like the next big thing. It's like, bro, relax. Just come out and say you want people to buy it so you make a quick buck off it. Just be transparent. There's no other reason to go into another Teddy. Okay, other than you didn't believe in Maria. Maria's back. Now Maria's back and stronger than ever. Yeah, biting the bullet, right? That's all that's going to happen. Is Maria was the benevolent whale of Pulsechain for years now, right? Made a harsh move due to the minting of PDI. All the data and the information is there, right? If Maria didn't sell the tokens and basically drain the liquidity from her own ecosystem to stop supporting money flowing for liquidity to provide for PDI during the mint, it was bad for the chain. She made a move. She had to. Now that people know it wasn't for these cruel intentions, are they going to backtrack and go back home? I think there's too much pride out there. People are going to still push the Teddy, the Moonies, the wannabe Atropa ecosystem. Taking a look at OG. A lot of people. I woke up this morning. I bought myself the dip. And I had bought it yesterday too. I got it yesterday, like, what was it? I think it was 9 zeros and a 9-ish, something like that. Did a few flips. This morning, I didn't grab as much as I wanted to. I got close to getting down here. I got in the 9 zeros and a 7, 8-ish. I already traded out. OG is going to launch the vault soon. I just take what's given, man. I'm like everybody else on the entire ecosystem. They are in extraction mode. Pulsechain is in extraction mode. You have to understand that. It doesn't, if that makes you mad, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. People are extracting from Pulsechain daily. Whatever they can get, they take. That's why the price goes up and it comes down. People are under the water for the past couple of years on their sacrifice and a lot of investments. So it's PvP. You got to play your cards right. If you get a epic dump like this, even after I said I exited, I'm going in for the trade and I'll watch it. I'll play the game that's given to me. It goes lower, you know. If I buy it goes lower, then I'm stuck. And then I can get out when it goes back up. I believe in OG. I believe in him enough that if it dumps, I will buy it and I'll make a profit. It's not that I don't believe in him in the long term. I'm just fed up with the whole worrying about all the ROI and all that. I want to park it and chill. Make games the old school way, right? Before I was doing printers. Grateful for everything. But opportunity was here. Look at that. Opportunity was here. And if you caught it, you caught it, right? And I told R2R, shout out to the R2R yesterday, that FinFesta was a point of focus. You know, take a look at Finfesta. I said that yesterday when it was just $18, not even $19 yet. Right? We had a nice push up to 28 bucks. Another thing to take advantage of, right? Take what the market gives you. Take it. So at some point, you got to pay yourself, right? I'm pushing that narrative on myself. I'm not trying to push it on you, but sometimes people need to wake up because it's like when you're at the poker table. I've been at the poker table where I've had hundreds of dollars in chips. I'm running the table, right? I'm placing bets. I'm going risky. I'm going, I'm placing big bets. I'm calling things I shouldn't call, playing hands I shouldn't play. Because there's like no respect for the chips. They don't hold like a true value. You forget mentally. If it was a stack of cash that was sitting next to you, you'd probably be like, oh, I'm putting that $20 bill on that. Like, that's not a good enough hand. So what I've learned in crypto is, like, when you start to deal with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I've made hundreds of thousands and I've lost hundreds of thousands. And it wasn't until last night when I was watching a show with my son, the Mr. Beast has like this stack of cash on his network. And some guy's doing this obstacle course. And it's like $1 million. And my son goes, that's a lot of money. And one of the episodes was like $1 million. You take it or you move on and do the next course. And my son's like, I would have took it. That's a lot of money. If the money that I risked in crypto to further go out and lose a lot of it, in some cases I made it and then I've lost it back and forth, wreck to rich. If it had been, let's say, $500,000 dangling in front of my face in hardcore cash, I don't think I'm like, oh, let me go 500,000 on that meme token. No, it's a digital asset. I don't respect it like I actually look at money when it's in my hand or in my face. It's mentally looked at differently. So clicking the buttons and risking it feels way different. It doesn't feel real. When it's real and it's in front of your face, then it's a reality. And you need to look at it like that, right? Next time you got a $200,000 portfolio, 100,000, you started with 20, 30,000, make it real, then it becomes real. And you go, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Why? I should always just do this and get it in the bank. That's where I'm at. It's a hard lesson to be learned, right? Until you see on TV 500,000 dangling and you go, what are you doing, you idiot? Take the money. And you go, wait a minute. I didn't even do that in crypto. Matter of fact, I lost it. I lost that 500 G's. Why? What the hell is going on here, Thomas G? What's going on? But that's the reality behind like me looking at money now. Like, you got $1,000, you made that in a trade, I'll take it. Bring it home, baby. Bring it home. Let's go take a look at what actual Pulsex and Pulse chart looks like. Take a look at ink. These aren't exciting. This is exciting right here. PDI, the narrative is back. It's back. You know what else is back too? Super strong. Grab Bitcoin. This buddy right here. The people are talking parity. People are getting excited about it. They're making money. They're trading it. That's a beautiful chart for the month of May, by the way. Can you see that? Look at that. Wow. Starting at the end of April, doing a dippity dip right here. Boop. Wow. Beautiful, ain't it? Look at that. Wow, Loch Ness Monster right there. There's the tail. Oh, I'm just making stuff up. There is probably no Loch Ness Monster on the chart. But look at that. The tail coming off the end of the lake, dipping into the lake right there. You got the back showing. Boom, peeking out the head. Damn. How much more room how much more neck you got, girl? Let's go up and to the right. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Although the market's doing like, some tricks, acting like a trick, tricking itself out for a dip. There's some things that are winning still on Pulse. And probably in the market as well, too. Let me take a look if there's anything like in the traditional market that is doing well. Getting dizzy looking at this. What's going on here? Let me crack open the soda. All right. Man. Whatever happened to internet money? Internet computer. People were super bullish on that. Like, it's going to $100. I haven't even seen it break $10. That's interesting. World Liberty Financial's got a stable token. What in the God's green earth? Huh. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's take a look at what's going on with liquidations today. There gotta be people that are liquidated. A rough day for some longs. Take a look at that really quick. Oh, let me take a look what's going on Kick. See if any of you suckers follow me. Nah, you're not suckers. You gotta follow me on Kick. 1 viewer on Kick, no followers. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I just don't got it like that. Wrap Bitcoin has super low supply. Yeah, it's like 155,000 tokens, bro. That's it. It's like a fraction. Like, you can consider it. Let's take a look real quick. Let's look at the supply. $154,410 tokens. Damn. All right, back to liquidations. 157.9 million long positions got liquidated in the past 24 hours. Will it get worse? Will that get worse? It depends. Is Bitcoin done tanking? Go below 100K and you better pray. If we go below 100K, you better pray. We can definitely retrace back down to like the 80,000. Shoot, you call the end of your bull market too. Let's see. Yeah. All eyes on Bitcoin today. All eyes on Bitcoin. Determines our fate. I got that scared money right now in stables. I got that scared money right now in stables. I'll buy the dippity dip if I can get one. Does RH supposedly own quite a bit of it? It's rumored that RH is like a really large holder of Bitcoin. People suspect that he's the one with the 32,000 that's got the free copy over on Pulse, but who knows? Who really knows? Yeah, this is not. I mean, the market's not taking too hard in stocks, but I still think they're waiting for the NVIDIA news because that's going to lead the stampede of sell-offs or people racing to buy the market up. Let's look at the US 30 year and see where we're at here. That's back to 5%. Yeah, it's not good short term for crypto. I mean, it's better than 5.1%, but I mean, still. When does NVIDIA come out with their forecast or their news? Some analysts expect a modest earnings beat from the AI titan. U.S. stock slips, all eyes on NVIDIA. Yeah, everything is about NVIDIA today. Wall Street braces for NVIDIA earnings. So we're waiting for the NVIDIA earnings news. That is going to be make or break day for the markets. I mean, if it's bad earnings, like low, and the stock plummets, it's going to bring the house of cards down with it, momentarily, create some volatility. and then obviously it'll affect the price of Bitcoin, and then all the markets connected. We're all bonded with Bitcoin, so we're a leverage on a leverage. So Pulsechain's a leverage on ETH, ETH's a leverage of Bitcoin, but now there's like a big offset between the price performance that Bitcoin has and what ETH actually does in the moments of bullishness. And so far, it's just bullshitting, bro. What's up, Brett VR? Welcome, welcome. Found a like button. Follow me on that Twitch, or follow me on Kick. I keep calling it Twitch. I need to get Twitch too, huh? I feel like there's nothing but young bucks on these platforms, though. Like really young kids. Shout out to the one viewer on Kick who's watching me. Shout out to the one viewer on Kick. We're gonna we're going to be transitioning over there, and I want to build Kick and do members only on YouTube. So my lives will be on Kick and members only on YouTube. Because YouTube doesn't let me do anything, say anything, show much. Like they'll flag me and all that. Like I got time for that. I need freedom of speech platforms, right? I need to be able to speak my truth and just be, you know, on it in a serious fashion. I can't just be hiding my true self. It doesn't like me. We'll be demonetized. We'll be kicked off the platform. Just me being me. Right? Let's go back to Bitcoin. Everybody, make sure you stay tuned for that NVIDIA news. If it's good, market's going to react exactly what we want. And buying this dip will be, make some easy money on Bitcoin. Or some people are going to put in their shorts and feel like a sell-off could happen. Is there any wicks that need to be filled? Yeah, sure is. 105. Yeah, I'd say Bitcoin dropped to $105,000 today. Let's see. We'll see. I'm not that chart dude. Let's look at the real Bitcoin over on Pulsechain. Oh, you know what? This 414 token took off today, guys. What in the world? What's going on here? Who launched this bad boy? It just went ape. It rewards. It's got a 10% tax, 2% PDI, 2% teddy bear, 2% T-bill, 2% reserve, which is Fed token, 1% T-bill burn, 1% self-burn. 90% of the supply was burned at launch. Let's see how many tokens there is. 98 million. It's a pretty low supply. I heard the Cabal King launched it. I don't even know who that is. I think I know. Do I? I'm not sure. I feel like I do. I'm not 100% sure if I know. Anyways, what other tokens are up today? We already looked at Finn, Fist, Vesta. Let's see. Nothing like worthy of speaking about. Like we want the ones that are going up and to the right tokens. You know? We need the up and to the right. Where the up and to the right tokens at? Let's see. WPP's coming back. I don't know what's going on there. I haven't talked to 3D in like since the weekend. Yeah, I don't think he read my last message. I was trying to pick his head on what's going on in the ecosystem, but last time I asked him a question, I didn't hear back from him. And at that point, I started looking at the charts from my own going, I'm feeling bearish on the ecosystem. Took my haircut on WWPP, wrecked myself pretty hard. My own doing, right? Like, I want to believe, but I just like, bro, I don't got the patience and time. I need to make money. I got too many damn kids to be sitting around waiting for things to develop. I'm on that, like, need to act quick tip. I'm being 100% honest with you. I need to make money quick. And when you got to make money quick, you know, you can't sit there and believe in stuff. Can't get married to a token. Can't get married to a dev. All I can do is be honest and be like, hey, man, I like the vision, but it's too damn slow for me right now. Maybe I'll look back and be like, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I couldn't, you know. Can't stick around. I got to move, you know, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, bro. I got to do me. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Shout out to my man, Showbiz. Have you guys watched Box? Pulsechain seems a little boring right now. Is there anything else going on in any other chain? Let me just pull up like a token like on Sonic. Supersonic. Oil. I still got my plot. I'm still selling my oil. Fixing stuff. Is it just me or is Sonic really... Is Sonic turning into Phantom 2.0? Somebody tell me. I feel like there's nothing going on over there. I mean, I'm over there, but I'm parked like in farms. And usually if it's just all farms and no like activity, is there anything going on in Sonic? All I'm doing is farming for the airdrop over there. That's it. Other than that, I can't think of anything that's on and popping over there. No. I was in support of the Herms team, but I left. There has been some weird things going on with them dudes. So I boned out. They were supposed to be with SwapX. I think they went with Shadow. I don't know. But I'm no longer supporting the Herms team. I went through months trying to help them get partnership with SwapX and all that stuff, and they just flat out. Them dudes were weird. Maybe I'm weird. But nah, them dudes had like, I'm like part of the team, helping them on marketing, introducing the SwapX, all that. Them dudes had like $100,000 pre-sale, or like Herms had a $100,000 raise from private investors who never told me diddly squat about it. And I was like, that's weird. Like, you get that. I don't know. All right. I got to head out. Don't forget to pound that like button. Drop a comment. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, on to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG Prince, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside fix is ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off Pulsechain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild T5 game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild T5